Dropped by Shigeki.
Oh, are you kidding?
2nd and 10. From the 10.
Long snap count.
And Roby to the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, out of bounds, they say.
Over. It's a little misfire there. Had him open, Colin.
And the booth is double checking to make sure he caught it.
R62 goes under the hood. Let's get another look at it.
A deep out cut. Throws. Dropped by Shigeki.
Yes. One. I got 1 foot. Are you kidding?
2nd and
After review, the play stands.
And
The pass was incomplete. The catch
calling the field stands. Gerald Smith is not happy. And you got a 3rd down. London gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter because Vancouver elected to receive. Roby throws to Streeter. Streeter has to get the touchdown. London.
Wow. There we go.
Reggie Streeter does it with a little assist from Rob Roby.
That's a tough running right at the end there. You're going to stay in bounds. Got to get past the D that's squeezing you. And he does.
That was Murray there, the last man to bring him down. He tried, but again, it was just too much Streeter.
Too little, too late.
Number 9 is back for the point after.
And the extra point with 42 seconds left. To make it a 3-point game. Is up and good. So it's now 10-7. London firmly swings, I would think firmly swings the Rick meter, firmly more toward the middle.
Well,
now.
let's talk about that. It does move a little bit back towards the 50-50 mark. But let's look at that drive. They needed a couple of chunk plays, and they got themselves in 3rd and long. They did put points on the board. We're still going to be favoring Vancouver instead of solid Vancouver at this point. But it has moved.
And the return is up to the 27.
Of course, it is a simulation football league. And for those of you in the know who've watched any number of games, stuff can happen here in the last 30 seconds of the half.
Well, people are asking, some might have saw the last 3 plays. They're asking how they got down there. We'll recap in just a moment, as Tom Pepper is from the gun by himself. Throws to Sudan Akai, who split out wide. He picks up 5. So how London got down there was a couple of chunk plays, like Rick said. The Hans brothers got involved, both Donnie and James.
And there was a beautiful throw from, be around the Vancouver 40, 45 maybe, down in the 10-yard line that really put him in business.
As we got a 2nd and 5, Vancouver can run on us play here. It's a student Kai handoff, and the Kai will only pick up 2.
There, we'll see it on the replays at halftime. But there was a throw down the right sideline for probably 25, 30 yards or more, and then they got down to the 10. We're able to punch it.
All right, so we have a 10-7 game at the half. Vancouver leading thanks to the strength of a defensive touchdown.
Wow, look at that TOP.
Vancouver nearly doubling Vancouver in terms of time of possession. The one turnover, of course, I think being the main difference so far.
Total yards a lot closer than I would expect, and most of those for London came on that last possession.
2 sacks for London. There's the Duck Day pick 6.
Welcome to the league, young man.
Rob Roby, 77 yards and touchdown. Tom Pepper, 63 yards. Suno Nakai, he had some good runs, including this one right here, where Rich Bradford got away.
Don't let that one go, are we?
James Hands, 37 yards. Reggie Streeter, 10 yards. Suno Nakai, 86 yards. Reggie Streeter, 36. Slim Shady, 7 tackles. Mark Lopez, 5 tackles from his safety position. Most of the yardage from Streeter came on that play where Lopez tackled him from behind. And this has really sort of developed into an unexpected game, given that both of these teams coming in were scoring over 30 a game.
That was a good chunk play for London. They're not going to show the rest from that. That particular drive stalled out, but on the very next drive, the receivers figured it out and found some holes. And Roby hit him, and that produced the points, and that moved the Rick meter back towards neutral, still favoring shading to Vancouver. So London gets the ball back after having that successful drive. They're counted to the at the end.
I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. This is the Simulation Football League. As the kickoff is down to about the 10, and Langley will return it to the 31.
It's a good return. Not bad starting position for your London Knights.
First and 10 from 31. London now looking to double dip in terms of scoring here. 3 points to take the lead. Tie the game. Touchdown to take the lead. Here's Reggie Streeter on handoff, and Streeter has found those running lanes closed. He's only averaging 3.2 yards a carry.
You know, some of the London faithful gets frustrated with those plays, but we'll see what happens late in the third and into the fourth quarter. A lot of times it pays dividends. Continue running into the line after I start breaking them open.
Here's Roby down the middle. Oh, almost intercepted.
Double, triple coverage.
Mark Lopez
A triple double.
knocked it away from James Hand.
Basketball reference for those of you watching on Pluto. Oh, they probably interfered with each other.
Yeah, Manakanak. 3 points to take the lead. If Manakanaka wasn't there,
Either one of them were by themselves, they might have come down with that.
Gus Schultz, the strong safety for the Legion, with 3 picks. Tied for 5th. Greg Gaines. It's Roby. Quick pop over the middle.
He gets
James
it.
Hand. There goes James Hand. 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. London on a 3rd and long.
Wow.
Talk about a bomb.
We were speculating.
They caught him in the safety
Yep.
corner blitz, and the safety tried to make the swap play, but he missed it.
We're talking about, Colin, the Roby and the receivers starting to figure out the Vancouver back end a little bit, and wow.
Number 9 is back for the point after. Number 6 will hold the kick.
Well, let's see if the Royals can tack on an extra point here.
Make it a 4-point game.
They do.
Extra point is good, so with 10-13 to go in the quarter, London on their first drive of the half And it's a big, long touchdown from
Well, that moves the Rick
to
meter.
James Hands from Rob Roby.
That moves the Rick meter back to neutral. I know London is in front, but let's see if it's a flash in the pan or if they can sustain this here in the third quarter.
Here's Jacobson on the return to the 27.
By the way, shout out for whoever, without Googling it, knows what the flash in the pan references.
There's a look at the chat. TJ Keg, SFL, The Brown Knight, James Hands, DR Sim, Code Gaming Hour, Allen Nation 777. There's Tom Pepper under center. Gives off. Jusuna Akai only picks up one. DeAndre Washington with a sack. It's worth noting, Rick, that today is London owner Liam Crowder's birthday.
Happy birthday to you, young man.
I'm sure his boys would like to give their good owner a win as the sack up the middle. That's William Davidson, sack number 6. Big number 59 brings Pepper down in the backfield. This beats the center man, Ron Swanson, 57. And with that sack, Davidson claims second place by himself. Coming in today, he was tied with Denzel Maverick. Third and 15. Killian almost gets over back. He'll get 14.
Pretty looking play, just not far enough. Brings up fourth down.
Even Arthur with a clutch play here. Killian was about one step away from picking up the first down.
Well, London's puts points on the board, Colin, and now forces a punt.
I say the meter's gone from neutral to slightly left.
Hey, I'm in charge of the meter now.
And the return is up to the 35. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8PM Music on 11 Sports Network. And welcome back to Vancouver, Canada, as the London Knights have a 4-point lead over the hometown Legion, 14-10. And Reggie Streeter spun out of one, but he only picked up 2.
You know, Colin and I have been referencing the chat, and you can get on the chat and pay attention there too and follow along. Colin, how do you do that?
It's 11 Sports Next. The game's being simulcasted to Twitch channel. As James Hands having one of those Randy Moss kind of days. 3 catches for under 4 yards. Just had a touchdown last drive. Here's Streeter. He lost 2 yards on the play. Well, the linebackers comes through the middle.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat, which you can follow along on Twitch or through 11 Sports Network. TJCAGSFL, I don't know who that is. Apparently needs a meter for his wife. She's trending downward. Oh my God. I hope she's not listening.
Shotgun look. Roby has a clean pocket, fires almost intercepted by the linebacker for the Legion number 59, Parker Peters.
The Rickroll meter. Why didn't I think of that?
4th down and And 10.
4th down and long.
Phil Hunter on to punt.
So Vancouver returns the favor and stymies London, forcing a punt on their end. Oh,
As it's nearly blocked.
not sure why
It's
it
good
was.
hang time of over 4 seconds. Jacobson on the return. Well, certainly hasn't been Reggie's day, but it's been Rob Roby's day. He's bounced back through a touchdown pass after throwing a pick 6. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, in fact.
Yes, Rob Roby beginning to do Rob Roby things, much to the delight of the London Knights and their fans.
And here's the deep drop back from Pepper. Fires down the field. Oh! Double coverage. And Nathan Blank knocked for the Legion number 59, Parker Peters.
The Rickroll meter. Why didn't I?
Knocked it away.
It was a good idea. We've talked before, Colin, about QBs firing more dart-like throws when they need to air it out, and that was the case there. If he lofts it up and lets him run under it, he's already behind the defense.
There's Craig Hearn, a.k.a. the Moose.
So I'm going to say that was the right idea. Just needed to do it a little better.
2nd and 10. Prime Pseudo in a Kai formation. Yes, they give it to him up the middle, and Pseudo will pick up 4 yards. Look at 3rd and 6. And Mr. 23 is asking, what's a Rick meter? Can you explain, Rick?
The Rick meter is the indicator, the foolproof indicator, that will, when it's straight up in the neutral position, it's anybody's ball game. But as the ball game wears on, it moves back and forth between the two teams.
Pepper over the middle, complete to Jacobson on 3rd and 6, 1st down for Vancouver.
The Rick meter will give an indication at any point in the game who has the best chance to win that game. And right now, it's back at neutral. It had been solidly in Vancouver's favor, but London has pulled it back to neutral. We're waiting for London to show us a little bit more before we potentially move it in their favor.
Don't forget to like the Simulation Football League at Facebook /Simulation FL. As Pepper again goes deep, this time it's Brett Killian who catches the pass on the London 32.
And by the way, Mr. 23, in my own mind, this is why SFL plays the games, to enjoy the praise from the Rick meter.
And
Vancouver making a serious bid to pull the Rick meter back in their favor.
Suda Nakai on the swing. Oh no, number 75 didn't block his man and he'll lose the yard. Well,
Missed block and a good read, good football IQ there.
Bubba Klein.
Was that Bubba Klein?
Yeah,
On the tackle?
the guard.
Oh, the guard who missed?
Yeah.
Not very. That's an un-Bubba Klein thing.
As to get to the, you see the scrolling FAQ at the bottom? If any of you new folks have any questions, I'll read some from that. As Pepper goes down the middle, it's complete, 1st and goal. That's Craig Hearn, his 2nd catch, and that's a huge chunk play.
Pepper showing off his arm strength here. How many deep throws have we had here in the last 2 possessions by him? He's done screwing around. He wants to get back out in front.
So what is this Simulation Football League? It's a strategy-based esports league that turns viewers like you into players, scouts, coaches, and broadcasters, and even team owners. As Suno Nakai will get down to the 5. DeAndre Washington 4 tackles today and a sack, as well as 2 TFLs. Visit our website, simulationfl.net, and click on our Discord icon to join our community today so that you can get on the field like Tom Pepper and Suda Nakai. Here's Nakai on the carry. He stopped. In fact, he lost 2 yards. Back to the 7. It'll be 3rd and goal. Cullen again, the backup free safety. with the stop. Pepper, deep drop, end zone, intercepted! And the pass is picked off.
Holy smoke.
This is Cassidy.
Well, that snuffs out a really nice looking drive.
Looking for Killian in the back of the end zone, just underthrew him.
And I'm not sure Pepper even saw him. He's just kind of sneaking around there and putting himself in a position to make a play. And sure enough, Pepper pulls the trigger on the man he's shadowing.
And Mr. 23 says, does the rig indicator have its own R62 position? We'll get to that in a moment. Quick drop, over the middle, complete. 7-yard pickup to Langley. Roby now up to 151 yards, a touchdown. 2 touchdowns in the pick. Tom Pepper just with that interception.
Yeah, well, the Rick meter, a lot of interest in the Rick meter today. Appreciate that, but we don't usually reference the Rick meter that frequently during the game, just after some big swings and stuff, but appreciate that. As for R62, it's always a ziggy in the game and how the Rick meter will react when R62 is on the field.
Streeter got tackled 1 yard short of first down marker by Zig Washington. As Tom Pepper says, why can we never finish our drives? As here's to get the Streeter. He tried to spin, but he actually lost the yard. Zig Washington. Big guy. 6'5", 290.
London tries to run to the left, and they attempt to build Hadrian's Wall there to seal off the defense, but it's leaky, and the Hordes get through.
Reggie Streeter, the league's leading rusher, coming in. I don't know how many yards he's got to this point, but not very much as the punt is away. The return is up to the 33-yard line. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. Back after this. Back on the field, Sooner Kai, 9 yards away from 100. He's got 91 on 21 carries so far. 3 wide. Pepper drops it right in the bucket for Rich Badger, who drops it.
Oh. Another.
No, that was Craig Hearn, the Moose. Watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. It was all thumbs that time.
Another long throw. I think London's going to have to be on their toes. Vancouver keeps trying to stress them out. By the way, my review of the chat showed that nobody responded to what is flash in the pan. We'll get to that in a second.
As throw out to Nakai. Spins in.
Picks up good yardage.
Good yardage. Oh, poor number 71, Jacob Bennett, sacrificed himself for the betterment of the Kai. He got shoved to the ground by Washington.
Did he block him with his bottoms of his feet there too? The last second. So flash in the pan, that's when we used to have muskets or a flintlock. And you put the primer in there, and as the hammer came down, the pan with the gunpowder flashed and then ignited the gunpowder in the chamber, propelling the ball toward whatever your target was.
Third down and 3. They're going to throw deep down the field. Oh, knocked away.
Oh, my gosh.
Instead of doing the easy thing, they They go for the bundle. Evan Arthur says, nope.
So a flash in the pan makes a bright light and a big noise, and then it's gone. So it refers to something, questioning whether something's temporary or not, and London may not be flash in the pan here in the second half. Let's see. They're going to get the ball back again, and they've got the lead.
Here's Johnson, kicks it away. Returned up to the 29.
He just puts his head down and both hands on the ball, and as he prepares for the plastering that he gets.
Don't forget, coming up later tonight, we have Mexico City versus Seattle. And also earlier this afternoon, we have Tallahassee at Chicago on 11 Sports, followed by Vegas.
Big day.
Yeah, big day here in the
For Simi Football League, 11 Sports.
Here's Streeter with a spin, carrying 2 defenders, picks up 6 yards. Doug Day, that's his 4th tackle. He's one pass deflection, of course, that interception return.
Interception, touchdown. Great performance so far, and the game's not over.
There's Gus Schultz. Still looking for interception number 4. Roby drops this in the bucket. That's a first down completion to Donnie Hands, falling down past the marker. What a first down.
Well, my personal theory of how you manage a football game is you get here to the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, you begin focusing on moving the sticks and managing your scores differential. So London's up by 1 score.
Here's Reggie Streeter, breaks the tackle, cuts outside,
Oh!
50, 40. Reggie Streeter down to the Vancouver 39. His best run of the day by far.
That informs your decision-making better than some of the other approaches you can make. And Colin, you said early that they just needed to continue to go to Streeter, and they do.
I felt sooner or later he's going to bust one open, even though at times the running lanes have been more narrow than usual. Here's the give up the middle. Pick up of 4 yards for Streeter. That's the end of the third quarter. We have London in front of Vancouver 14-10. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports. Tonight's this afternoon Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help hashtag secure the bag. By ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. Sector 6 custom esports jerseys and apparel, the exclusive SFL shop provider. And Spygo, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial Shots, brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. That is AirViews, spelled VUZ.com. Back on the field, London in front by 4 points. Reggie Streeter rebounded from a rough first half. A couple of nice touchdown throws, including one in the third quarter. He's to throw it again to Reggie Streeter, and Streeter had blockers, but he stopped it chest hair short of the first down marker. It'll be third and less than one.
Well, that's not bad. 3rd and 1 as London continues to lead, Colin, and enjoy the football.
He's Rick Northrup. I'm Colin Northrup. Cameron Irvine is our executive producer back in Texas. As Reggie Streeter gets the handoff up the middle and picks up the first down to the 25.
He demonstrates his experience from interning at the Ministry of Silly Walks there as he places the ball on the turf, strides away toward the huddle.
But I don't think it really qualifies as a silly walk.
It's a silly walk. Yeah, not really.
Two tight ends in the game. Streeter stops, spins, and goes ahead for 7 yards to make it a 2nd and 2.
Streeter teleports himself magically through the line and nearly gets another first down. You know, sometimes when a guy gets stuffed at the line, the defense can relax a little bit, but they're still efforting.
2 tight ends, the balance line, pulling guard. Reggie Streeter, 7 more down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
Nearly runs over.
Where Mark Lopez gave Mark Lopez a ride as Streeter's now up to 94 yards, and he's had to earn every single one of those
Lopez,
yards.
watch this. Lopez becomes a blade of armor as he sacrifices himself to destroy the warhead there.
He says it's just a flesh wound.
Back at it. Don't know how the British pronounce ablative, but we're going with that.
Here is Streeter, lost the yard. William Crowder says Barry Sanders like juke back there by his tailback, Streeter.
Indeed. Indeed, you could do worse than look like Barry Sanders.
Throw to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. Trevor Farrell in the back of the end zone. That's a beautiful throw as Roby now has 3 touchdowns.
Three. I guess you're right.
As the extra point to put him up 11 is coming. And the extra point is good. So with 8:31 to go, 21-10 London. You're watching Football League on 11 Sports Network. So the Knights are now up 21-10. 8:31 to go in the game.
And this is in from the Rick meter. Rick meter is now solidly in London.
Returned by Jacobs. And the extra point is good. So with 8:30, up to the Vancouver 29-yard line. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Lynch 39. I know you're out there watching. He just joined the Discord server.
Yes, welcome. And London goes up by 2 scores. And Vancouver, now suddenly their 10 points is looking suspect because 7 came from the defense.
And the throw out to Sudo Nakai, and Nakai will pick up 9 yards.
Nakai's running all over the place, but Vancouver only has 3 points to show for it.
Nakai, 9 catches for 39 yards. His first ever SFL touchdown was a receiving touchdown. Liam Crowder says Donnie Hans has been excused from returning kicks because he would have been too manic for Vancouver to deal with. Second down and 1. Nakai, first down yardage.
That's so close. Wasn't sure they were going to give it to him. But they do. Vancouver needs to step up the urgency in their play and their play calling.
They've never beaten London before in this series all time. 3 meetings between these two clubs.
And they don't appear to be, as of yet, on a path to do it today.
Going to Nakai again, and Sudo will pick up 4 yards. They got to get more chunk plays down the field. Maybe to Moose, maybe to Killian, Bratchard, all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, the margin for error is narrowing here for Vancouver. I mean, they can take their time, but then downside is they've taken their time. Pepper's been chunking it down the yard quite a bit in the second half. Let's see what happens here.
They've had struggled to score from inside the 10. Killian catches that one, but he had to come back for it. His 4th reception on 5 targets. I'll set up a 3rd and 1.
Here's your Nakai special, I'm sure.
And looking at a nickel defense series all time, 3 meetings between these two clubs. So it's probably coming.
Well, these are playing off.
And Nakai, first down yardage.
If I was calling that defense from the linebacker position for London, Colin, I would have had the LBs move up probably a yard at that point.
Welcome in, Andy Hamilton of the Vancouver Legion. He says, just a note, we do have one formation in the playbook. Just a thought.
Here they go again. They're going to throw out of it. It's that swing pass, Colin.
And Kai will only get 1 to 50. Time is ticking away.
Well, I don't know why they've abandoned taking those medium and deeper throws, at least once in a while here, Colin. They were having good success in the 2 previous.
Well, here's a formation they most likely got to do it from. Pepper, medium drop back, goes down the middle of the field. Greg Earn with the catch down to 29. Ask and ye shall receive.
Ding, 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 ding. Hear ye, hear ye. Color guy called one.
Craig Hearn releasing off the line of scrimmage straight down the middle of the field.
He sure did. The old Sandlot go route.
11 catches for 45 yards on 11 targets for Sudo. Seven-step drop from Pepper deep down the middle of the field. Brett Killian. Touchdown, Vancouver.
There we go. There we go. Good on you, Legion. Perhaps they lulled the Knight defense a little bit with those dink and dunk things earlier in the drive.
Even Arthur cheating up.
Yep.
Got his eyes peeking it short. As Andy Hamilton says, "Gee, it's not that hard."
Well, they were waiting for the owner to show up in the chat. Apparently, you can join the chat on the Twitch channel.
They're going up for two. Tessuto, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
And he does a Homer Jones style spike it all as he leaps in the air. It's now a 21-18 ball game.
And how do you let Nakai be so loose and uncovered?
With 450, do you kick it deep here and trust your defense?
Yes, you do. According to this guy.
He's Rick. This guy is Rick Northrop. I'm Colin Northrop.
That guy is Colin Northrop.
And they do kick it deep with 450. And do not go for that. So kicking blindly up the middle is wrapped up.
Of course, totally ignoring the theory that you should onside kick every time, but that's for a different day.
And Hall of Famer Tim Johnston says, they just needed a coach, Vancouver Legion.
Needed a coach.
Doug Day, he's had quite himself a debut.
The debut. Will this game be known as the debut? If Vancouver wins, possibly.
Reggie Streeter up the middle will pick up 2 yards. Parker Peters, 6 tackles for a guy who's paid in peanuts and not points.
Paid in peanuts.
You know, he's doing a pretty good job. And London, they probably just want to take some time off the clock.
And they'd like to score again. Ideally, a touchdown.
2nd down and 9. Oh, he's milking his play clock like you do a cow. Here's Streeter on the power play, spins inside, broke 1 tackle, and the guy who missed the initial tackle early eventually got to Streeter. Wow.
Circles back to grab him. An impressive show of athleticism.
1 receiver to the bottom, 2 tight ends, balance line, Streeter deep. And Brack is close. Here's to get a Streeter up the middle. He's not going to get it. No luck. I'm about 2 yards short of first down.
Wow.
Gus Schultz on the tackle. And oh boy, Rick, here we go.
better cinch up your saddle a notch.
I'm cinched up already.
Because Vancouver is itching to get the ball back. Now that, especially now that the owners showed up on the metaphoric sidelines in the chat, the Twitch channel.
And the return is up to 34. Vancouver trailing 21-18. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the 11 Sports Network, presented by APM News. And back on the field we go. 2:57 to go. The Legion down by 3. As Andy Hamilton says he's got the horses in the back there.
It's Nakai.
Up the middle for 2 to start things off. He's at 96 yards. Healthy. 4 yards per carry for him today.
Did you see I missed how many carries he had?
At one point he had 21. Now I say he's closer to 25, perhaps a little bit over. You know, if we had a statistician, which there's still spots available for, we would know for sure. As Tom Pepper drops this one in a bucket
How
for
did he
Craig
catch
Hearn at the 50.
Well, that's the third bucket that's been dropped into. Was that the Sinister Fish Shake, partner Colin?
Craig Hearn on the corner route from his tight end position. TJ SFL makes a great point. Close loss to Denver, close loss to Baltimore. And they could easily be 3-1 instead of 1-3. So we fast approach the 2-minute warning here. Will we get a playoff? We will not. We've reached the 2-minute warning here on the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports Net.
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, then call me right away. You're in charge with the Tax Admiral.
Sports fans are gearing up at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
2 minutes.
2 minutes till we get a winner puzzle. Tom Pepper operating from the 50 under center. Changes the play. Quick drop. Throw over the middle. Complete. And down to Rich Pratt. Pick up of about 11 yards. Clock ticking.
Nice job to fall over the defender on the other side of the first down line.
1:45 and counting to go. Now they move crisply out of the huddle.
London trying to hang on here at the end of the fourth quarter to go 3-0 against the Legion all time.
Here's Nakai, stuffed in the backfield. He's now at 25 carries, 95 yards. If you're interested in the stats team, joining the stats team, contact Mark Lopez on our Discord server. Pepper in the gun. He will throw down the side. Oh, almost intercepted as the pass is swatted away by Nathan Blake.
Almost a double pick there. Two shots at it by the Knights.
3rd and 11 from the Knight 40-yard line.
2 plays to make 11 yards, not where the Legion wanted to be. They've gotten a Kai. They've also had good luck throwing downfield in the second half.
Shotgun formation, 3 wide, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. That is Pratchard. Tom Pepper steps, fires this one. It's gone! It's Craig Hearn down to the 10-yard line. Under a minute to go now. They'll get a run to hurry up. They still have all 3 timeouts remaining. Pepper gets him quickly set. He goes back to throw, fires.
What
But
happened?
there was a miscommunication.
Pratchard was open. That was the score right there. Oh my! Well, we didn't even get a chance to talk about how they're now they're in field goal range. Field goal to tie, touchdown to take the lead here. With under a minute to go.
There's Tony Adamson, the other defensive end. Pepper, deep drop back, fires, end zone, touchdown, Rich Pratchard.
Yeah, there we go.
He was wide open, ran the outcut, but then swung back in the most insane manner I've seen yet.
That's what you do on the playground. That is so cool. Well done. And for Hammer and Pratchard to be on the same page, knowing what's about to happen, is very impressive to this announcer.
With 37 seconds left, here's the extra point.
An important one.
Up and good.
And that takes away the possibility of tying with a field goal. Wow.
Coming up later on today, we have Tallahassee, Chicago at 4 Central. Las Vegas at Baltimore at 6:30 Central. Also, Oklahoma City at San Francisco on our Twitch channel. And, of course, the nightcap, Mexico City takes on Seattle at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. As the return by Langley spins up to the 25. So 33 seconds left. All 3 timeouts afforded. And the chat reacting to that last touchdown, as you see on the screen, these are real people involved in the league in various capacities. Do not hesitate to come and join this community. It is fantastic.
Let's point out that London had some success with some pretty big chunk plays on a couple of drives. They could score.
Roby. Oh, dropped. I think he was looking for Donnie Hansen, and Trevor Farrell was just in the way.
Did it hit somebody in the back? Speaking of schoolyard, that looked like a schoolyard play.
Is the Rick-O-meter broke?
The Rick meter. The Rick meter is getting dizzy. It was on London's favor solidly, then was shading London. Now Vancouver has pulled it back to solid Vancouver. Of course, time is a factor. Early in the game, this would be shading, but it's a solid Vancouver.
At the moment, 2nd and 10. Roby, pump fake. Going. He didn't get out of bounds. Did Farrell his second catch. He picked up 6. That'll be
3rd and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25 seconds left. They have to do the big play. Probably James Hands is the guy you'd be looking for. It's over 100 yards and just a handful of catches.
Right, they want to move the sticks, and Legion know that as they line everybody up on the line to gain.
And they go past the line to gain, and the throw is knocked out of James Hands' way by Mark Lopez. 4th down coming up. This is the whole shooting match right here. So we get a look at the replay.
Right, and in terms of...
that was Parker Peters actually knocked out.
In terms of strategic plan, there were 3 free yards available for London, and so you take that 3 and go 4th and 1, or you try and easily make it, and that play fails, so now it's 4th and 4.
Oh, they line up at 2 tight ends. Do they dare put this in the hands of Reggie Strader? There. Oh, Roby! Waiting for something downfield, but he called the screenplay, and down he goes, and that will do it.
He did not see the man rushing right in his face as he's looking downfield.
That was Zach Williams. And with 18 seconds left, we'll just get a couple of kneel downs. Pepper downs the ball. First timeout gone.
That was the 2nd timeout for London.
Yeah.
Got 1 left.
Oh, I must have forgotten to count.
3 shall be the number of timeouts. Thou shalt not count to 4 timeouts. Thou shalt stop at 2.
Or 1.
But shall continue to 3.
Last one called. It's a 3rd down. Probably be the last play.
Well, they won't even need to snap it after this next snap. London will not be able to stop the clock. And your Vancouver Legion will win this game.
To climb to
3 and 2.
To 2 and 3.
No, 3 and 2. Weren't they 2 and 2 coming into the game?
No, they were 1 and 3.
Oh, my mistake.
Numbers were.
Ah.
London will fall to 2 and 3. Victory is 1,000 fathers, while defeat is an orphan. The Vancouver Legion win 25-21 over the Knights. Highlights coming up. Rick, oh boy, this was just a really entertaining ball game. Especially once the third quarter hit.
It certainly was, as it was a field position battle early. Exciting pick six score by Vancouver, but not much action. And then the second half, it opens itself up
Vancouver had over 26 minutes of TOP, over 100 more total yards, 10 more total yards than London did. Although London had some big plays, including that one to James Hand. Roby finishes with 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tom Pepper, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns.
There's a touchdown he'd like back. Well, it was an interception. Here's your man.
Reggie Streeter, he finishes with over 100 yards. James Hans, 104. Reggie Streeter, 103. Sunu Nakai ends up with 95. Nathan Blake and Slim Shady, 9 tackles each.
I don't know how many plays
William Davidson with the sack.
Pepper had where he had his receiver behind the London D in the second half. Fabulous set of adjustments there.
Play of the game is Tom Pepper. No surprise, 25 of 34, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 105.5.
Enviable numbers all.
For those of us at the Simulation Football League, our executive producer Cameron Erba. I'm Colin Northup, he's Rick Northup. Enjoy the rest of the games, everybody. So long from British Columbia, Canada.